Alright, so the first game of the league, I'm playing, um, I believe this was against, well, I won't tell you what it's against. Sorry, hang on, I'm going to go back. Basically, well, I'm not going to go back. Basically, the first hand, I did not have any land, so I had to mulligan. Yeah. I hate, I gotta get used to this replay. Okay, so turn one, I played Evolving Wilds, immediately fetched up a forest. I probably could have waited to the opponent's end step, but I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta search up. And it looks like my opponent's on Tron, which is good because I can play my Arbor Elf and they probably won't be able to kill it. And then I can sprawl up my land and make a ton of mana next turn. The downside is I have to fetch up with Evolving Wilds, but luckily I was on the play, and I should be able to make infinite mana pretty quickly if I can find a white source. And there's the white source. So this turn I can't actually infinite because I don't have enough mana, but I should be able to play Abundant Growth on this land. Oh no, wait, no, I should play Utopia Sprawl on the land. Oh wait. Okay, no, I think what I'm supposed to do here is I'm supposed to cast Abundant Growth on the island. No, wait. Hang on, this deck is kind of hard to play. So I think there's no way for me to get infinite mana this turn. But one thing I can do this turn is I can cast Abundant Growth on one of my lands and then cast Utopia Sprawl and play Freed from the Real on my Arbor Elf. And I can actually play Freed from the Real on my elf next turn, which will generate infinite green mana, and then I can play Abundant Growth. So I think this turn I should just play Abundant Growth in Utopia Sprawl on the same forest, and then try and combo off next turn. Yeah, you can see I'm deciding a little bit. So you usually want to name blue. Sometimes you name red or white, but 90% of the time I think it's correct to name blue. Just because usually you have a lot of card draw spells that are blue. And then you can draw into your Abundant Growth. So I actually play that. I don't know why I tapped this extra blue. That's not a good idea. But I draw Syncopate, which I think might help protect the combo if I go for it next turn, if I draw another land. Okay, they're leaving up. They're leaving up 2 mana, which just looks like they're going to use Expedition Map. They could be holding up Condescend, but in that case, I would just Freed from the Real my creature, untap, and then Syncopate the Condescend if they go for it. Or no, I would just pay the mana. Just kidding. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, I think I could just infinite this turn with no problems. Okay, so I'm gonna infinite. So I generate infinite mana of all colors. So I will say one thing, and that is that usually you want to make a ton of mana first. But also on your combo turn, if you don't have the kill, you should play your card draw first and then use any excess shuffle effects so you thin out your deck. A lot of people say thinning out your deck doesn't matter, but in a deck like this, on your combo turn, you're going to see 20 or 30 cards. And in that case, thinning actually does make a significant difference. All right, so that was game one. We pretty much did what we set out to do. So, game two, I keep a hand. Well, the other hand had like one land, and I couldn't cast any of my spells, so I mulligan. This hand's pretty good. I think I'm gonna pitch either a Pilgrim or an Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf makes a lot of mana for me, which is nice, but Heliod's Pilgrim draws a card and can help me fetch up my combo. So I decided to pitch a Pilgrim because they're kind of expensive, and I think I'll probably draw a card draw spell eventually anyways. I'm not sure if it was correct though, but I end up drawing a Muldrifter, so that's nice. So they have 2 Tron lands and a Prism. I have an Arbor Elf and 2 Abundant Growths. Not really any other play I could have made there. I could have played Heliod's Pilgrim, but I really want to develop my mana and see as many cards as I can. So we draw Utopia Sprawl, which is amazing. It means we're going to have access to 6 mana, including the green that we spend for Utopia Sprawl. So I name blue with this. And then I think, I could have gone for the infinite combo, but I think I might have been afraid of Pyroblast. But I think I should go for the combo. Instead, I go for a Muldrifter Ephemerate, which is also good. And they do end up having the Pyroblast, so maybe it was good to go for. So I have Freed from the Real, and I can infinite next turn. My opponent taps out for their own Muldrifter. So I have infinite mana, and I ephemerate my Pilgrim to draw extra cards, basically. They have Tron. And I have Syncopate backup. So I just draw a few cards first, because I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can afford to draw a few cards and see if I'm going to be able to combo. Alright, I don't like tapping all this mana. I think I should have probably left up Syncopate. But they have a Pyroblast, so I'm like, okay, I can syncopate that. But it taps me out. Because they have 2 floating. So I get the freed from the reel down, but now my Arbor Elf's vulnerable. And I probably should have just left up Syncopate for 7. Because then I could have countered this thing. I don't know. This deck's really hard to play. It's got quite a lot of decisions. But not to worry, I can still draw my Archaeomancer combo. And I still have quite a bit of mana, as well as a Syncopate, but they also have a lot of mana. Maybe I should have sided the Syncopates out for Blue Blast or something. Also, I sided out a Muldrifter. What? Alright, I was not at my best on the day that I played this. Also, I tapped my mana wrong. So I figured, you know what, I might as well just draw the cards because I tapped it wrong. And they end up impulsing. I brainstorm into some pretty good cards. So I think I put back the snap. Yeah, okay, so I can shuffle those away. And I forgot I played a land already. Yeah, but then they do this and it's all over. They get to bounce all my permanents, and I'm like, I can't deal with that. So some questionable play on my part. But this is the first league that I've played for like a couple months, so I am a little bit rusty. I think this is still a good matchup though. Alright, so we're gonna play game 3 for the first match of the league. So my first hand, once again, has no land in it. This hand's much, much better. If they have like a random Electrickery, I could still lose. But I think I'm going to pitch this Deep Analysis because it has less combo potential than the Muldrifter. But okay, I actually pinned the Muldrifter. I guess Deep Analysis is less vulnerable to Pyroblast. So I'm basically just setting up my mana. I draw another Deep Analysis. So there's a couple of things I could do this turn. They don't have Tron, and it doesn't look like they're going to have it anytime soon. And also, they don't have any red mana. So I think what I want to do is probably get down the Pilgrim. Either get down the Pilgrim or play Deep Analysis and just draw a bunch of cards. I haven't hit my land drop yet this turn. But if I play Heliod's Pilgrim, I can enchant this land, which generates quite a lot of mana as long as they don't have like a Condescend. But they may have sided them out. So let's see what I decide to go with. Alright, so I Deep Analysis, but I don't find any land. Rough. But I do end up drawing a Sprawl anyway. So better lucky than good, I guess. So this lets me generate 5 mana, which means I'll have enough mana to combo next turn. I could play Heliod's Pilgrim and set up a lot of mana, but if I'd played Heliod's Pilgrim last turn, I would have had access to 2 for 7 mana. So I would have been able to. I wouldn't have had these 2 cards in my hand. So I would have drawn who knows what. But it's possible I could have maybe like flashback Deep Analysis. So I look for another Sprawl just to generate a lot of mana. I think looking for Sprawl might be incorrect. Because obviously I can just infinite combo if my opponent lets me. And their start looks pretty bad. So they find their red mana. And they just pass. So I have a blue blast up, which is sweet. And I have a snap, so I can snap back my Pilgrim, play it again, and then infinite. So I believe that's what I'd try. And they have Dispel, so I can't blue blast that. I think I changed my sideboarding. I sided out some Syncopates. Yeah. There probably should be, like, instead of one of these Syncopates, at least one of them should be a Prohibit. But that's neither here nor there. It would have helped this game. So I untap. And I just generate a lot of mana. I could play Archaeomancer. And then snap the Archaeomancer back to my hand, but that actually just loses mana for me. So, I have 5 mana. Let's see what I do. There's a lot of good plays I can make. Okay, so I get back snap. Okay, they red blast, but I have blue blast, which is sick. So I get back snap. And I just brainstorm. And there's the Freed. And I play a land also. So, So this turn, I think it looks like they're pretty clearly leaving up counter magic, but they could also be holding up mystical teachings. And I think in this spot, I was afraid of something like teachings into Electrickery. And I want to resolve this. So I think what I should do is snap my Archaeomancer, play it getting black blue blast, and then play Freed from the Real on one of my elves. So I get in with my guys. And this is the play I was trying to make. They have a Unwind, which is like, oh god, Unwind. And they're still holding up teachings. So then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go for it. because I really don't want them to teachings, and I feel like I'm gonna lose if they cast mystical teachings. So I cast Deep Analysis to try and find counter magic, but I don't find any. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it and hope that I've exhausted all of their counters. Nope, they have a prohibit. So I am able to flashback Deep Analysis with my floating mana. I could have flashed it back. I would have had enough mana if I just played a land. So I probably should have flashbacked first, but it wouldn't have made a difference. So there's no way to get freed from the reel back once it's in your graveyard. And I think that's fine. Usually you have some way to protect it. And usually I just wait until I have some way to protect my freed from the reel before I go in if my opponent's holding up mana. So they have compulsive research. They're still a ways off of Tron. And they have 3 cards in their hand. So I think here what I should do is probably like crack Witching Well and just try and draw a bunch of cards and try and find my Ephemerates to get Ephemerate Archaeomancer going. So I play Heliod's Pilgrim, which I think is a slight misstep. I think I probably should have started by cracking the well. But in any case, I am drawing some cards. And I draw another well. So I crack the first well in case I draw Brainstorm. I think, yeah, this is really good. I enchant this land in case they have a Dinrova Horror. They have 6 mana, so they could just hard cast it. So this way I have some mana left over. So my opponent's probably afraid of another Freed from the Reel. So I'm scrying, this is what I want, really. And I believe I scry just the Ephemerate to the top. I draw it. And I think I should play the Arbor Elf, because they probably don't have a way to kill my Archaeomancer. So I think I should play the Arbor Elf to get more mana. But, regardless, I still have a lot of mana. So they evoke their own Muldrifter. And they flicker it. So they're tapped out. And I think at the end of their turn, I think before they play the land, I should have flickered my Archaeomancer with Ephemerate. I forgot they had a land drop still. So, yeah, I kind of just lost my head. I was like, I lost my Freed from the Reel, what do I do? But I forgot that I had the Ephemerate Archaeomancer. And I should have done it in response to the Ghostly Flicker, I think, because I have Pulse of Marassa. If they kill it with Pyroblast, then I can just Ephemerate my Pilgrim, draw another card, and then pulse back my Archaeomancer, play it, and then get back Ephemerate, and then hopefully Ephemerate it because they're tapped out, and then get back like Pulse of Marassa again, or Blue Blast or something. But anyway, yeah, I draw some cards. I cast Brainstorm. And I see a lot of Mole Drifters, which is good. I put back 2 lands. And mostly I'm looking for... I can't find Condescend because I sided them all out, but I want to find like a Pyroblast. So I evoke the Mole Drifter. No, I just cast it, sorry. And I think I get a little too cute here. I think I should just be ephemerating my Archaeomancer. As it happens, they do have the Pyro. Yeah, and I play that guy, which I should have probably played last turn. But now they have Tron, and they played in Robahor, bouncing my lands. I don't know. Watching this is a little heartbreaking because it was kind of my match to lose. I think I probably could have won if I'd taken some more sensible lines, but like I said before, yeah, they are ephemerate, so there's my mana engine down the drain. I think one of the strengths of this deck is how explosive it is. You can combo Infinite on turn 2 by playing Arbor Elf and then another Forest, Utopia Sprawl, Freed, make infinite green mana, and then Abundant Growth into Deep Analysis, into, just win the game with your infinite mana. I'll just let the rest of this game play out. But I definitely think I probably could have played a lot better both of these games. But I do actually tighten up my play. And you can see the strength of this deck, even with my misplays. I've still got quite a big board, and I've drawn, 42 cards this game. So, yeah, being able to outdraw Tron, even when they're struggling on mana, feels pretty good. And I think right about here is where I concede, just because if they have basically anything, I'm not going to win. But maybe I should have played it out. But I think they actually showed me a flicker somewhere. So anyway, kind of a heartbreaker, but you gotta roll with the punches. Anyway, join me for match 2. I end up playing a lot better.